Hey Posh Hearts, it's Simone here, and I am just gonna wait a little bit to see if anyone else jumps on for the team training. Um, Sorry if the lighting is super weird. The lighting has been kind of odd today, but so today we're gonna talk about social media basics and tips. So we do have a lot of info already on social media. You can find a lot of these trainings on my YouTube channel. So if you guys do have any other questions, or if you guys want to delve even further into social media, then that's a great place to look for that. There are other premiers that have also had that have also had some really great trainings as well. So social media obviously is a really great way for you to get out there and to stay connected with people, right? And the biggest thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that quality over quantity is really, really important. Um, it's really important that whatever social media platform you decide to use, that you are consistent and that you are posting quality over quantity. Posting nonstop is not the key. Hey Mel, thanks for jumping on. So, if you guys are not utilizing social media if you're not utilizing it yet and you're not using it for your business yet, definitely take a look at what you're doing and see how you can fit some of this into your routine. The biggest platform that we have that most people use is Facebook, right? Obviously, a lot of our team communication is through Facebook. This is where obviously we do our trainings. This is where we have a lot of information. We have resources here, and that's where a lot of people are. Most people have their Facebook accounts, and they, a lot of people are on it pretty much nonstop, right? And so you have your personal page. You should also have your VIP group. Really important to have a VIP group, especially um, if you are wanting to stay in contact with people, because your VIP group is going to be essential to doing that. And it's going to be something that you're going to be um, really happy that you have, because it's a very easy way to relay information, and it's a really great place to build that community among your customers, to build that relationship, and to build a sense of like I said, sense of community amongst the customers themselves. Like they can come on the page and ask a question and get more feedback, right? So it's basically like a team page, except now this is for your customers and it's very specific to your VIPs. Now, I always recommend having a business page as well, just because you cannot always be posting on your personal page, because it can be very spammy, and you just don't want to be that person that nobody wants to see the post, right? So your business page is going to be a really great way for you to post these sale things. It's also a really great way for people to find you because your business page is public. Now, just kind of the basics of so the basic thing is that of Facebook is that um, you have your personal page, you have your business page, and then you have a closed VIP group where you can offer deals and specials. Okay, so if you're announcing something that you're doing a special or you're doing an incentive or anything like that, you can announce it on your personal or business page, but you want to filter these people into your VIP group so that you can tell them what the deal is, and then you want them to stay there, obviously, so that they can see what future deals and specials are. So really focus on your VIP group and use the other two pages, your personal and your business page, to filter in your VIP group, okay? And then golden rule, I guess, of the whole thing, of all of what I'm trying to say, is that quality over quantity is really important. Now, Facebook, I think, has been one of the um, big platforms that I found really helpful, just because people can see that you are consistent in your business page. You already have relationships built on your personal page. You probably are involved in some groups, or involved in some chat groups, right? And you're going to be able to build those relationships and then hopefully get them onto your VIP group, right? So Facebook is one that I know a lot of people already use, and just to some tips on I guess utilizing Facebook is you want to show people that you actually use the product. You take pictures of you using the product. Take selfies of you with the product. It gives people an idea of one picture says a lot. One picture shows people that you actually use the products. It shows you how big the size of the products are. It shows you how much product you need. And it definitely is one of those, as they're scrolling through the news feed, a face, especially a familiar face, catches their eye much more than a generic graphic. Okay, so definitely use your face, use your personality in your posts. You can be posting stuff on your personal page, but make sure that you're infusing it with some personality and something that is personal to you. Not posting a generic graphic and saying, hey, this is a sale, is not very engaging. There's not a lot to it that are going to make people stop and go, yeah, I actually want to see what that is, right? So having some quality posts and showing people how Posh fits into your life is going to be really important to you on all social media aspects, okay? But with Facebook, I just talk about that a lot just because you might be afraid to share with people what you're doing. But if you got a prize, like if you promoted or you got a prize in the mail or you got a new box of product and you're excited about it, I mean, why not share? Why not talk about it? Why not let people know how excited you are? Because when you when you win anything anywhere else, you probably talk about it on Facebook, right? When you try a new restaurant that you like, you probably talk about it, right? So this is just try to just be more comfortable in the fact that Posh is a part of your life and letting people see that Posh fits into your life, right? Now, other social media platforms that you can, look into are Instagram, there's Snapchat, obviously there's YouTube, and there's Pinterest, Twitter. So there's a lot of different options out there. Everyone has like their niche and something that they're most familiar with. I do recommend that you pick your top three, and be really good at those three. You don't need to try everything. You don't need to um, be an expert at everything or have a huge following on everything. But having a few different places where people can find you, people can see that you're consistent, and that people can see what your personality is really important. And consistency is really one of those things that I would just want to stress to you, that if you're going to start anything or if you're going to focus any of your effort into any social media, consistency is very important. And you can use the different things, you can map out what you're going to post, write it out in a calendar so you know what you're posting. Or you can use the Facebook scheduler on the business page to help you plan posts out, because you can do that for a while, so that you know that you have things handled and that everything is ready to go, so people can see that you're posting, that you are working your business, even when you might not be actually in the office that day. Your business is covered, right? Okay, so some things that I just wanted to mention is that YouTube is one of the things that I do talk about a lot, and I do kind of want people to be more comfortable with, partly because YouTube has been a big thing for my business, but also because connecting with people on this like one-on-one kind of format is what people are looking for. People look for reviews. You've probably done the same thing where you're looking at something and you want to know more about it and you look for a review. And a video review is a really great way for you to see the product, hear someone talk about it, because it's hard to fake liking or disliking a product, right? And see a little bit more, like the texture and the feel and how much you actually use, and actually getting into it, right? So YouTube is definitely one of the things that I think is really important, but it's also important for you because anything that you're putting up on there is now cataloged, it's searchable, and it's something that you can use again. You can excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so anything that you're putting on YouTube is easily cataloged and searchable, and it's something that people can find again. So if you're showing a review on a certain product, say it's the BFF, and maybe, you post it on all your social media stuff. Um, Thanks, Mel. So you're posting it and you're sharing with people your video. Say sometime down the road, you have someone else that's wondering about the BFF, and you're like, hey, well, I do have some info on that. This is, here's some more information. And thanks, Andy. Um, have more information, you can always send them a link so that they can learn a little bit more about it, right? So I love whenever I do anything like social media wise, or well, anything for my business, I try to look at how I can use that in more than one way. So if I'm taking a photo of something, then I love that I can use that photo for my YouTube, or I can use it for my Instagram, or for Facebook, or for later, or for, you know what I mean? There are so many different uses. So if you even just sit down for a day and do like a photo shoot of you taking you and product, or mask selfies, or how you work your business, and showing people how you make samples or what your sample packs look like, and you have all that cataloged, then you have a library of images ready to go for you to use when maybe you're on a road trip and you don't have anything to post, but you want to share with people some of the fun things that you did just recently, right? So basically, anything that I'm doing, it's not a one-time thing. I try to get as much, I try to stretch it as much as I can, because time is money, right? I want to be effective. Every use of my time, I want to be as effective as I can. Now, I'm like anybody. I procrastinate and I lose track of time, and all of a sudden I've just scrolled through Facebook for like how long, and I've not actually done the thing that I meant to do. And so I've done that. But it does help to have to sit down for maybe half an hour to an hour one day and knock out a bunch of things on your to-do list, so it can help with your social media. Now, you can use things to help you post. Like I said, the Facebook scheduler helps if you are using SynchShare or something like that that helps you schedule. I like using that for my VIP group. There's nothing that I know of that helps with Instagram at the moment, and so I'm not really sure about the other platforms, but if you have it ready, like the content ready, then when you have a spare moment you can post, right? Yeah, so like for me, whenever I'm on a road trip, I try to have images or something cataloged away so that I have kind of planned ahead, so that I know that I have things in case anyone, so that I can post on social media. But it's also great that I have my library full of stuff, my YouTube videos, so that if someone has a question about something and I don't have a lot of time to go through it, then I can always refer them to that, right? So if they have a question about what the monthly award is, for example, then you can always refer them to something that you've talked about it in the past. Blogging is another thing that some people are more comfortable with. It's not it helps you. It can help you gain more cold market. It just depends on what you decide to do with your blog. So that's another avenue of ways that you can get out there as well. But for the most part, social media, you want to keep in mind to use the right labels or hashtags. In YouTube, it's called labels. I think everywhere else it's called hashtags. And you want to use things that are relevant to your post, but stuff that might also but you also can be using things that aren't exactly the exact same thing, obviously. So, for example, if you're posting about the BFF, you can hashtag it, with Perfectly Posh, hashtag it with oh, okay, I didn't mean to say the BFF. I meant to say gender bender. So if you say you're posting about the gender bender, so maybe your obvious hashtag ideas are Perfectly Posh, gender bender, or chunk soap, or something like that. But if you think of that, the only people that are going to see that are people who are specifically searching those hashtags. So what other hashtags can you put on there that are relevant to what you're posting about, but are not like so specific that somebody who's never heard of Perfectly Posh would also find. So like you can put something like a charcoal soap, charcoal bar, detoxing, that kind of stuff, me time, cruelty free, made in the US. Uh, Anyway, so that's an example of something that you can do with the gender bender, right? I do recommend that you read up on the different social media sites or social media platforms that you are investing your time in, because if you're investing your time in posting, take a little bit of time and gain some knowledge as well, so that you know, so that it'll give you a better idea of what you're doing, of how to do things. So you're not just blindly posting and not being aware of what you are doing, right? Um, and really, I think, okay, so one of the most important things is that you keep it personal and that you personalize it with yourself. What I love about seeing, and I'll see this on Instagram or I'll see it on Facebook, but what I love is when I see somebody's page, so whether it's their Instagram or their Facebook, I love that I can scroll down and I know exactly whose page I'm on. I know exactly who I'm talking to. I can see that maybe this person is an animal lover, or maybe this person is a mother of mother multiples, or a mother or a new mother, or someone who works in I don't know, like something that you find out about somebody very quickly as you go through their newsfeed. What I don't like so much is when I go to somebody's page and I have no idea who I am at, like whose page I'm at, and I'm confused, or not confused, but it's just so generic that I have no idea who I'm even talking to. And if you guys have that problem with your pages or platforms or whatever, maybe take a minute and think about how you can personalize it so that people connect you to Posh. You want people to link you with, and when they think of Posh, they think of you, right? It's not just some random consultant that they're going with. They want to go with you. So you have to show people a little bit more, give them the behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be like super personal, but just a little bit like, what's in my purse today? This is the Posh that's in my bag. Take a picture of the mask that you're using for the day, and that you can share amongst all your stuff, right? All your platforms. And then with YouTube, you can take it one step further and do a video and talk to people about why you chose the masks you chose for the day, or why your bag always has the healer stick in it. And it gives, people can connect to that. People might have the same, maybe you say you have the healer stick because you're always getting paper cuts and it helps you with your paper cuts. Maybe someone watches that and they're like, you know what? I do too. I had never thought to get something to help me with the pain of paper cuts. And it helps you build a relationship with these people that are watching, right? Does anyone have any questions? This one is a very basic, I've kind of covered a lot of this already in previous videos, but if you guys have questions, feel free to or comment, and I will get to them. But really the thing that I wanted, I mean, I already said it a lot, but really keep it, personalize it, make sure that people know who they're talking to, and then consistency. And quality over quantity is better. You don't need to post every day. But if you are posting every so often, make sure it's something that's people want to see. And some of it's hit or miss. You don't know. Maybe you post something in your VIP group that you're interested in, and it doesn't have to be Posh related. Again, it's something that maybe you're interested in, and maybe some of your customers might be interested in. And maybe that completely fails. Maybe you misunderestimated and nobody really cares about what's on Netflix this month or something, that's okay. Just try something else. And it's hit or miss, especially when your customer base is growing and changing, and you want to it really is just, you want to build a community around your social media. And whatever your thing is, if you guys don't know what your thing is, it's going to take you some time to figure it out. And it really is it really is a practice makes perfect kind of thing, or you're gonna have to do some soul searching to kind of figure out what makes you stand out. What are you doing that makes people want to go to you, makes people want to follow you, makes people want to buy from you or join you or anything like that, right? But yeah, so show off your posh life, show your face. Um, Jessica Posh says your moneymaker, which I like. I love that. But it's just don't be afraid to show your personality. Don't be afraid to show um, um, your a little bit more into your life. Maybe Posh is something that you're doing, and this is where your why Posh comes in. So if you guys haven't, put together your why Posh yet, or really thought about it, I would recommend that you guys sit down and really think about it. But this is kind of where your why Posh comes in as well, because some people might not understand that Posh is more than just maybe this is something that you want to help keep you at home with your kids, or to help you buy Starbucks every week, or so that you could buy more Posh. It could be anything. It could be little or big, and maybe people don't realize it and they just think that this is just some random thing. But to know why it's important to you and what your purpose is in sharing is it can mean a lot more than you might think. Okay? And yeah, don't be afraid to share a little bit about yourself, why you're doing Posh, why you love Posh, and what it means to you when they support you. Why, what it means when they follow you, or purchase from you, or comment on your posts, right? Because every little bit helps, especially when you're like posting and you're not really sure what's working. I especially love it just to get some interaction, any interaction, because then I know that that was a post that worked. That was something that people found interesting. And so, something that, garnered interaction is ideal. All right, does anyone have questions? This is a very quick and easy training. I just wanted to make sure that we went over. Don't be afraid to start something, but just make sure that you take some time and kind of learn a little bit more about that platform. There's a really great Instagram book called Instagram Power that I thought helped a lot, or helped me a lot, and it really just kind of gives you a really great idea of how to use Instagram for your business. And there are other books out there as well, but I haven't read enough to know which ones I like best. Instagram Power is one that I did like and was recommended to me. I have read a lot of I've searched for a lot of articles and read a bunch of blogs on how to do things on how to blog, how to use YouTube, how to use Pinterest, ideas on how to use peer groups. So really take advantage of all the internet age and find whatever information that you're looking for to help you kind of improve what you're doing. Yeah. Does that help you guys? Is there anything that I can answer for you? Okay. Cool. Well, I'm going to jump off then. This was a very short and quick training. If you guys are having questions on specifics, let me know. I do have specifics and a lot more in-depth trainings on VIP groups, on Facebook group or Facebook pages, and YouTube page or YouTube channel stuff in my channel. So make sure to just check that out if you guys have any questions. And then feel free to reach out to your sponsor, to your upline, to your, me, Premier, whatever, if you guys have any other questions. And if there's things that are working for you, I'd love to hear more about it because everybody's different. Everyone's customer base is different, and there is only one you. So make sure that you are showing people why, you and what makes you so special, okay? All right, I'm gonna jump off. Hope you guys have a really great night. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. See ya.